everybody. Welcome to Hollywood Live. We've got another great show for you today. Guess who my guest is? The genie from Aladdin, the one and only Marcus Martin. How are you, Marcus?
I'm good. How are you doing, Tanya? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. First of all, congratulations on winning. I mean, this has got to be one of the most coveted roles of all time for anybody, anytime. What did you feel like when you realized you were going to be playing the genie in the stage version?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's a dream come true is such a cliche phrase, but it really is how I feel. This role is everything that you dream of as an actor. You know, you get to utilize all of your skills, your singing, your dancing, your acting. You get to make people laugh, make people feel things. And it's such an iconic character. You know, all the Disney characters are iconic, but the genie is one of the most iconic characters in the entire Disney franchise. So to get to be a part of bringing people back to their childhoods. You know, most of our audiences are adults that grew up with the film, that are now like bringing their kids that know the recent live action remake. So, you know, I have people at the stage door that are like, oh, my father passed away, but we used to watch this movie when I was a kid. You made me think about my dad. So it's such an honor and a responsibility that I don't take lightly. And it's just amazing.
Well, plus it's also a really difficult role. I mean, and I can imagine, you know, it has been reprised in so many different genres. It's been on film, it's been on stage, it's been a video game, it's been, you know, it's been like everywhere with every almost major actor in the world playing at one point the genie. But you, Marcus, look like you were really just born to play this role. And so doing this on stage, how is it different from, say, even being in the film version?
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different thing. I mean, one, I think I had to separate myself. You know, I'm not arrogant enough to think that I could ever recreate the magic that any of these other actors have ever created. I'm so sorry for the sirens. Something's going on here in downtown Vancouver. Don't know what, but my apologies for the sirens. But, you know, I could never recreate the magic that these actors, whether it's Robin Williams or Will Smith, created on the screen. And then also the interpretation of the genie is a little bit different for the stage show. He actually was inspired by, to be a mixture of Cab Calloway and Fats Waller for the stage show. That actually was the original concept for the genie for the film. Then once, you know, they found out that Robin Williams was available and interested, of course, they kind of did a pivot to kind of make the role fit him. And so when they brought the show to the stage, they wanted to go back to that Fats Waller, Cab Calloway style performance for the genie, and which I loved. And James Monroe Iglehart, the original Tony-winning genie, did an amazing job playing that character. So really going back to the roots of what the character was supposed to be, and then just bringing myself to it, you know, which was easy because I had the trust of the whole team over at Disney, our creative team, to really add my own what I call Marcus-isms to the character. You know, I didn't feel pressured to recreate anything.
Good for you. Give me at least one of your Marcus-isms that we will be seeing on stage, because you know I'll be there.
You know, I'm a church kid. I grew up in the church. My first stage was the choir stand, and so I got a couple little churchy moments in there that you only get if you grew up in the church. So I got some churchy moments. I got some pop culture references, some food references, a couple of things that just are very much me that I have the opportunity to throw into the show.
How much energy does this take to get? I mean, you know, you guys hit this, what is it, 8 times a week on stage? Yeah, 8 times a week. I mean, people don't really realize the gravity of something like that if you've never really done it. You just go and you enjoy it, and you got to be good every night. But what kind of energy and prep does it take for you to get out there and do that 8 times a week?
It takes a lot of discipline. I always tell young actors, you know, sometimes I'll have the opportunity to do Q&As with young performing arts students. And I always say, when you're an actor, the most important time of the day is not the 2 hours that you're doing the show. It's what you're doing the other 22 hours of the day to make sure that you can deliver a good performance every night. 8 shows a week is no joke. Sometimes we do it twice a day. You know, we'll have a 2 p.m., a couple hour break, and then an 8 p.m. And so so really making sure that you're drinking your water. So I got my water right here. Making sure that you're drinking your water, drinking your tea, that you are getting enough sleep, that you are stretching. I try to stretch adequately every day, throughout the day, so that by the time I get to the theater, I'm already nice and warmed up, making sure that I'm warming down after the show. It's all of those little things that go into taking care of your body, your voice, and also your mind. I think sometimes we forget about that part, but you can't, there are thousands of people every night expecting a great show, expecting to be taken to a magical place, by me. And I can't do that for others if I'm not full within myself. And so taking care of my mind, body, spirit, everything is really, really important to maintaining 8 shows a week.
I got to tell you, we've got actually a clip of you doing a little bit of this. Let's show the clip.
Oh boy.
Aladdin, sir, how a shot or 2 or 3. Yeah, on the job, you big day pop. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like me. Never had a friend like me.
Out of that. Okay, now everybody, you can truly understand what I'm talking about here. My goodness, it's like you fill up the entire stage, and there are a bunch of other people out there with you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's an honor to get to share this story with my castmates. My cast are amazing. We lift each other up. It's a hard job. So sometimes I'll look at them and they'll look at me, and we'll just, I'm like, come on, y'all, let's go do it. So it's great to have them out there in the battlefield with me.
And on top of this, I understand that you are singing the national anthem for the Dodgers. They're
Yes.
they're big in this town. What's that like? And you said you've done national anthems before. So what kind of experience is that?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited I'm a huge sports fan. I love sports. I ended up doing theater professionally because I wasn't good enough to play sports. That's the God's honest truth. But I love sports, and so yeah, I've been honored. I've had the privilege of singing national anthems at baseball games in the past. I sang one at the White Sox game in Chicago a couple months back, and some other places as well. So now to get to do it in LA for the Dodgers is going to be amazing.
I know. Well, the other thing is people may not know, but you're from Akron, Ohio. A lot
Yes.
of great people come out of Akron, Ohio.
Yes.
Like LeBron James. And
You're welcome for the championship. If it wasn't for Akron, y'all wanted to have banner, that new banner that you got. So
there you go.
Yes,
Did
I'm an
you
honorary
know-
Lakers fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you know LeBron growing up?
No. I did not know LeBron growing up. I'm a little bit younger than LeBron, but LeBron was a really, my childhood was when he was in high school, honestly. So my introduction to basketball was watching him in high school and seeing the whole city was just electric, that we had this amazing young Black talented man putting our city on the map. So when he got drafted, there were parties all over the city. It had gotten so crazy to the point where they couldn't hold games at the high school anymore. They had to hold his high school games at the University of Akron's basketball arena. And so LeBron has always been a huge inspiration to me, and to our entire city. And my dad works for Akron Public Schools, so I've kind of gotten to see firsthand how he's impacted our city with his, philanthropy and all of those things. And yeah, we love LeBron. We go pretty hard for Bron. So I'm an honorary Lakers fan, always rooting for Bron.
Oh, I love it. Well, does that mean he's going to be coming to see you here at the Pantages when you?
I would hope so. I know he has a little girl. I think she would enjoy it. I think the whole family would enjoy it. It's a good family friendly night. From one Akron talent to another. We said, come on out, Bron. Come on.
So Marcus, tell me, what is in your toolkit or tool bag that you have not shown everybody yet, or a role that you really want to play that you'll get there?
There's so many things that I want to do. I would say I love to be in Hamilton. I would love to be in Hamilton. I'd love to give Burr a shot, maybe Washington, Lafayette, Jefferson. I love all of those characters. I confess I have been practicing the material for all of those characters. They say stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. So
There you go.
I'd love to be in Hamilton one day. The genie was my dream role for such a long time, and I worked up to that, and so I hope to work up to that next one day.
I think you probably will. And plus, I think you're working for the right company too. I mean, I think those people might have something to do with Hamilton. I don't know. Do you have a personal life? Do you have time for that these days?
I do. Yeah. I have a great support system of people around me. Actually, I just got engaged to a wonderful woman. Her name is Lydia. She's amazing. Love her so much. And so, yeah, I just got engaged to her. She's brilliant. I have an amazing support system of family and friends around me that keep me lifted up. And it's important when you're in a business like this, this business is so unstable. So you need to have some stability in your life around you to really keep yourself grounded, and keep yourself rooted in something other than yourself and other than this business. And so my support system really does that for me.
Congratulations. Is this the first big announcement that we're hearing about this engagement on?
No. It's been public. I posted on my Instagram a couple months ago. We got engaged in May, actually. Our birthdays are the same week. Our birthdays are a couple days apart. And so we had a little birthday celebration with both of our family and friends. And that's where I ended up popping the question.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. And that means maybe we'll hear about the wedding and all that other kind of stuff when it comes up.
Maybe, yes, yeah.
Love stuff like that. Just saying. We bring good gifts too. Anyway.
Come on.
So, yep, there you go. You were talking earlier about younger actors, and right now our industry is like, boy, are we going through a lot with this strike.
Yeah.
Which does not seem to affect you guys. It's not affecting the theater as I know it right at the moment.
At the moment, no. We just actually, Actors Equity just agreed to a new agreement. IATSE was the stage crew, they were close to striking, but they were able to strike up an agreement. So we're able to reach an agreement. So as of right now, it has not affected the live theater industry.
Exactly. But, we're all under the same kinds of things in terms of AI. I mean, that's an interesting thing about, AI and the theater. How would that affect the theater? What was some of the talk around that? Was there any discussions around that that you recall?
Not necessarily a lot of talk around AI necessarily, but just talk about being treated like we are worth, the concept of being paid what we are worth, and being treated correctly. We bring a lot to the world, and we bring a lot to our industry, and we make a lot of money for a lot of people. So, when we were in the process of striking, negotiating a new deal for the Stage Actors Union, that was really all that we were talking about, was just being treated fairly, and equitable.
Well, maybe you all need to go talk to these other people, because I'm telling you, SAG and the writers, they are not even discussing this with all of, it's so far apart. I don't know.
Hard. Yeah, it's tough. This is a really, really tough business. It's called show business for a reason. And honestly, sometimes I think it should be called business show, because sometimes it's more about the business than it is the actual show, to be quite honest.
It is, but that's okay, because you're still doing what you do, and we're still doing what we do, because it didn't affect us either. Not like that right at the moment. So that's a very good thing. So that's why we can bring people the talent of Marcus Martin and all of these other great people. We just keep everybody going and keep everybody lifted up. What would you say, though, to some young person that's thinking about getting into the business, and especially acting on stage, because it's very different? And, how do you prepare? Where do you go to school? What do you do to learn how to do that these days?
My journey, I went to Baldwin-Wallace University, which is right outside of Cleveland, Ohio. It was actually recently named by Variety, was named one of the top 25 theater schools in the world. So it is one of the best musical theater programs in the country. And that's where I went, was able to, really polish my skills and really hone my craft. But I would say the first step is just being a student of the craft, reading as many plays as you can, watching as many plays, watching as many movies as you can, watching as many interviews with your favorite actors, learning about them, doing as much research, just really being a student of the craft is really, really important. And I would say that that's where the basis of all of it is, being a student of the craft.
Okay. And you will be here in Los Angeles at the Pantages, I think starting September the 12th, and we'll be there, of course, to support you. And then where do you go after that?
After Los Angeles, we are headed, oh my gosh, I wish I knew. I don't know off the top of my head. We hit so many cities. We hit so many cities. I do not know what city we're hitting right after Los Angeles. My apologies.
No, that's okay. We'll try to get the schedule so we can post it with this so people can look out, whenever you're coming their way. Because trust me, you don't want to miss M.Martin in Aladdin, baby.
Yes. You can find our entire tour schedule on AladdinTheMusical.com. AladdinTheMusical.com is that's your one-stop shop for all things Aladdin the Musical. You can find our tour schedule, how to buy merch, how to find us. All of that will be on the website. And
what about your social handles and all of that? Do we have that? Okay.
You can follow me on Instagram at MarcusM_330. It's the area code for Akron, Ohio, home of LeBron James, 330. MarcusM_330. And you can follow along on Instagram, my career, my engagement, all the wedding planning journeys will be documented there. So you can go to my Instagram and then follow along.
I love it. Well, Marcus, congratulations on everything. It is your season, truly. Cannot wait to hear you sing. It's a funny thing. I didn't like baseball very much, but maybe because I didn't know the game, because I'm a real big basketball and football fan, and you can't only spend too much time on sports, or you'll be doing nothing else. But after Mookie kind of joined the team, I've been paying attention to baseball. It's fun and they're good.
Yes, it is very, very fun, especially going to the games. I love baseball in general, but I really enjoy going to the games. It's such an engaging experience. It's great.
Well, we'll look out for you at the Dodgers games, but mainly we will look out for you on stage with Disney's Aladdin, because he's the genie. Marcus, thank you so much. Congratulations on everything. Come back and join us again.
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you so much for having me, Tanya.
Okay, take care. And everybody else out there, you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever time of the day, because we're all over the world. Just enjoy it. Take care of yourself and someone else.